Sure?
Mm-hmm.
You can do it.
Mm-mm.
Do it.
No.
Come on.
No.
That's part of your coaching training. Come on. All right, go ahead.
No.
All right. First and foremost, I thought tonight was a special night in Castle to be able to celebrate, autism awareness. I think that's something that's near and dear to our heart, obviously. And my very first job I ever had out of college, I worked in a rehab center, and I was able to. My job was to interact recreationally with some disabled kids, autistic kids, and I think going into that job, I thought that it was, that they were sad, and you weren't going to have a whole lot of fun, and I quickly learned that I was around some of the happiest people, and the way that it changed me, and seeing how they live and how they live life and how they love life, it really impressed me, but it really shaped me and helped me as I move forward, and so now, and anytime we get an opportunity to bring awareness to autism, so people can understand it. And obviously, Georgia gets to spend a lot of time with Raven Kitley, Elizabeth's sister, and to watch their interaction, but just to be able to be around someone with autism, and they can just spread so much joy in your life. But they're normal. They're happy. I see those two banter back and forth, and they're like sisters, and it brings so much awareness. So tonight was very, very special. I thought the crowd was tremendous. I think over 5,000 people on a rainy day, and Castle just goes to prove that things are going well. And then for the basketball, I thought we made strides in being and trying to be who we want to be. We're getting some positive production from some of the younger players. All the while, they're getting really good, valuable minutes with the veterans, and we're starting to understand each other and where we're supposed to be. And so, really good week for us with practice and then the 2 games. So, looking forward to continuing.
Raise your hands for questions, please. You start on the right with Mark.
For either of you, do you feel like you did certain things defensively to make it a tough shooting day for him?
I thought we did. I thought the first quarter and the third quarter in particular, we were very good and taking away a lot of their opportunities. We're very long. I think we had like 12 blocks tonight. So a lot of times, someone would get a step on us, and our rotations are good, and we're able to come over and block some shots. I thought it got away from us a little bit in the second quarter and the fourth quarter, and we were trying to mix and match some lineups, but still, this was a great opportunity for us to do that. But I do think our defense was pretty good in the first and the third quarter.
Speaking of blocks, I guess what have you figured out Liz's secret there, that now you have 3 blocks today after 2 the last game?
Well, after I got kind of like a sassy question about it last media, when I had 2, I had to 1-up it. So that was my goal today, was to just get 3 blocks.
Coach, you mentioned after the LIU game that you wanted them to play the possession rather than the score. When y'all were up big late, like in the third quarter, how do you think they did with that?
I thought they did well in the third quarter. And again, we mixed and matched, and we got some kids some extensive minutes in the fourth quarter, and I thought we could have been a little bit better with our communication. But our third quarter, we talked about it. I think they stressed it even before I got to the huddle, that we need to continue to get better with our communication. And we had stretches where we were really good, and we took away. We were in the gaps. So it's a lot to build upon, and just understanding the mentality we needed to have. It's not just, okay, we're up by this amount of points. We can take our foot off the pedal a little bit, but they did a really good job in that.
And with Rutgers up next, you have a chance to get your 500th win. How much does that mean to you?
What'd you say?
With Rutgers up next, you have a chance to get the 500th win. So, how much does that mean to you?
You know what? I didn't even know that. Thanks for telling me. Yeah, I mean, five. Just you caught me off guard. Just coaching in 500 games is a lot. Especially just remembering every single step of the journey. It is a pretty impressive milestone, and but I had no idea. So thanks. So, all right.
Go David Cunningham on the right.
Kenny, what did you feel like you learned from the mixing and matching you guys did?
I've learned a lot. I mean, obviously, Clara Strack continues to get better, and we continue to get comfortable with her and what she's able to do. And I think she continues to get comfortable playing multiple positions, and it's not just a situation where she's going to come in for Liz and Liz comes back in for her. They're playing alongside each other, so that takes a little bit of time to get used to. Clara's never played a power forward before in her life, and I think she's really responded positively. We challenged her all week, and I think we can rely on her. With the understanding that we know she's going to make some mistakes, but I think that she's continuing to get better and get better. I think she was a point away from having a double-double. And then Karis Baker, is really impressive as well. She spreads the floor for us. She shoots the ball exceptionally well. She had 5 assists. No, she didn't. That's Carly. But she's being where she's supposed to be. So those two in particular, and Carly's done a really good job. So those 3, they're all freshmen. They're all freshmen, and they're going to step up and be able to contribute for us, and they're going to have to. And that's something that I learned this week.
Georgia, you guys, I saw you over on the bench. You're cheering. You got this big smile on your face watching the other girls play. I know in a lot of games you're on the floor for 35 to 40 minutes. What is it like when you're sitting over there next to Coach Brooks, next to Coach Hicks, and you're sitting and watching and observing?
Yeah, definitely see a lot. The top of the floor versus the bench is very different. But I think it's the best thing about it is, I don't know if you see our bench, but we have 2 spare seats to sit up with the coaches. So not only am I, watching and having fun and cheering on the girls, I get to hear the conversations that they have. And that's, good for me because then I get to learn them more and then go on the court and have, a expectation of, what I need to tell the other girls in those instances and just get a feel of what, the staff talks about and wants. I think that it's really important. Me and Liz especially sit up there, so.
Go back to Mark.
Georgia, you guys, I think, scored the first 11 points of the game. What helped you guys get off to that great start there?
Yeah, we just really emphasized coming out hot and strong and bringing the energy. Obviously, it's important to bring energy every game, and I think, to be quite honest, had a better attendance than I thought we were going to. So we just knew that we had to bring our own energy and create it, and I think that helped with us having a pretty good start. But it's going to be important for us because on the flip side, if we don't come out with that, then a team could jump up on us, and we wouldn't want that to happen. So learning it right now, how to start out hot and strong.
And, of course, another good start to start the second half. Was that the same reason that you guys got off to a good start there, or a different reason?
Yeah, in the locker room, we talk about third-quarter blitz and just coming out, not going through a lull. Yeah, exactly the same mentality as the start of the game.
Third-quarter blitz, you said?
Yeah.
Kenny, what are your thoughts right now about Rose and Olivia? I mean, are you still kind of just look at this month as kind of getting them acclimated, or are you starting to think about maybe Clara is the answer at the 4 spot? Well,
I think they still all have an opportunity to prove themselves, and every game, every situation is an opportunity for that. It just goes to prove that it's not easy to just plug and play. Transfer, and they both are coming from a system that they have been used to for a couple years at least, and they're coming here and they're trying to figure out how to play off of Georgia, how to play off of Liz, and right now we just need whoever's going to be able to step up and get more comfortable. So it's still, and that's why we're still looking and watching, and that's why you see the minutes, the distribution of the minutes are relatively even, and so that they can get opportunities to show that they can play. So we're still evaluating, still watching, and we haven't said, okay, hey, we're going to go with this one or that one. So they'll still have an opportunity.
Back in the room to David.
Georgia, if you put the coach's hat on for a second, what do you like the most about how this team has bounced back in these last 2 games post LSU?
I think that we're learning and winning at the same time, and I think that's really important. But I think, we've stressed it. I think in LSU we did not get out in transition. We did not push at all. We didn't play with that aggression. I think these past 2 games we've had a focus of that, and clearly we've done pretty well. LIU, we broke the record for assists and what was it?
3-pointers.
3-pointers, and that was just as a result of us getting out and pushing. And I think last year we did that so well, and the start of this year it's just something we lacked. Has nothing to do with talent. It's just the effort and the mentality. And I think defensively we're just starting to understand, the system we run is gap and helping each other. And I think at the start of the year, especially LSU, we just did not have help rotations or any of that. And I think we're slowly starting to figure that out right now.
To piggyback off of that, she's like a Ferrari. She wants to go, go, go. And beginning of the year, she was almost like a one-man break, and no one was really running with her. And then we kind of stressed it, the last few weeks that, she's going to run. She's going to run, and if you're not running with her, then we'll get somebody in the game that will run with her. And so I think that's really given us an edge because we needed to get easy points. We played against LSU. We didn't get any easy points. We didn't get any fast break opportunities. And that's what we're trying to create now with her getting the ball, getting it cleanly, and just running. And I've even told her that, she's so accustomed to creating for others on a fast break that she has to also look for her own. And that's why you see her attacking the basket a little bit more and pulling up in transition for a three. And that's something that really helps us get some easy baskets.
A couple non-basketball questions for you, Kenny. I think this is our third year doing the autism awareness game. How do you think that's grown over the years and made a real direct impact on the community?
Well, I think it's grown with our program. I mean, obviously, when you have more people in the building because of the success that you're having, the more awareness that you are spreading. And so I think it's gone hand in hand. And it's a cause that we really, it's not just something, oh, what are we doing? No, this is something that's a lot of thought into it, and we're going out, and it means something to us. And I think that has spread, throughout, Hokie Nation because they know what it means to us. And if it can bring awareness to, 10 people, that's 10 more people, that are aware of everything that's going on. And I know all the participants, I think they really, really enjoy the opportunity. And we know ours, Raven, lives for this. And it's their day. It's their day, for them to be recognized just like they are recognized, just like people look at them and know that they're special when they come into Castle Coliseum. Today is their day, and I was just out there and they were taking pictures, and to see some of the kids, I heard it was a really good game at halftime, and just everything. It's all about them in conjunction of what we're doing, so it's very special to us.
I didn't get to ask you this in the preseason, and we're in the holiday lull, so I might as well. When Hunter asked you to marry your daughter, what was that conversation like? Because I remember asking Hunter way back when, and he was like nervous.
Yeah, he was, and rightfully so. No, it was funny because I walked into my house and he was the only one in there, and I thought it was kind of weird. I mean, he's there all the time, but then he is kind of like just hovering around. And as he approached me, he was getting kind of close, and he started talking. And I thought he was just talking, and all of a sudden I'm like halfway through it, I'm like, he's asking me to marry my daughter. And after that it became wah 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 wah, because I had to figure out, okay, how I was going to react. But he did it the proper way. He did it the right way. I told him if he ever hurt my baby, I'd kill him, and he agreed. And but then I think the coolest moment was when he was proposing to her. I was in the bushes and I could hear him. And he wrote her a letter, and she was reading the letter, and halfway through the letter, she said, "Did you ask my dad?" And he said, "Yes, I did." And I was like, "Yes, I did it right." So he was a gentleman. He did it the right way, and I was very proud of him.
David in the front.
What does this next week look like for you guys, finishing up exams and stuff, and then to go to Rutgers on the road? You talked in the preseason about how tough scheduling was to go up there to get a little road test. That's a historic program. Mm-hmm. Coach Stringer, what are your thoughts about this upcoming week?
I think this upcoming week, man, it kind of shines a light on what they actually go through. They're student athletes, and I think some of them had exams yesterday leading up to today's game. They had to prepare for today's game, come out, play today's game, and I think some of them have either exams tomorrow or projects they have to turn in. So they take it very seriously, and they're going to finish it up, and then we have a couple of days that we really get to continue to prepare to be who we want to be as we go into ACC play. Rutgers is going to be a very, very tough place to play. I've never been there on the women's side, but I've been there as a coach on the men's side. But it is historic. They have some talented players. They play hard. They're still trying to put it together. But we're going to use it as a business trip because it's a great opportunity for us to get another win against a good program. And then we're going to come back and finish it out with William & Mary and through the holidays, and then get ready for ACC play. So it's going to be a really good week for us because we get some really valuable practice time.
All right, thank you guys.
All right, guys.